Hey everyone, welcome back to another Chart With Me video. And in this video, we are going to talk about US30, also known as the Dow Jones Industrial Average Index. So in this video, I am going to break down this particular market, also tell you more about my entries, exits, and my game plan when it comes to this upcoming week. And I make these videos because I want to help you become better analysts of the charts. And when you do that, you have a higher probability of becoming a successful trader. So let's jump right into the weekly chart. So right off the bat, we can see that this past week closed bearish. So that means that the next week has a higher probability of also being bearish. Obviously, we don't know that 100%, but we do have this confirmed candle close, and that gives us a high probability that that may continue next week. So let's go down to the daily time frame so that way we can start marking off some of our levels. So the first thing I see off the bat is this resistance level right here. And this is pretty much at the top of the market at around 40,000. I see this resistance level that I want to mark off because that's the level where price sold off tremendously. So I also want to clone this box and then also mark off this level right here around 39,400. And mainly I want to do that because in this push up here, price did consolidate and form a support here, and then it pushed up, creating higher highs inside of the market from there. So that is a great area. Also, I want to clone this again, and I do want to mark off this level kind of actually, we're going to write it or put it right here around 38,500, mainly because this was a resistance level that formed inside of the market, and price could potentially come down to this level before bouncing up. Now, obviously, don't know 100%, but we want to make sure that the probabilities are in our favor as much as possible, and we want to identify levels that's going to help us make better decisions inside of the live market, obviously during our sessions. So that line looks good to me, and I'm going to copy this line again, and I'm going to put this line down here around 37,700. Now, of course, with this being a higher time frame such as the daily, we want to go ahead and go down to lower time frames and make adjustments to these levels in order to get them as precise as possible. So that way it's not confusing when we're in the live market and we want to actually take a trade. So let's go down to the H4 time frame. All right, so this is looking good for the most part, but I do want to adjust this top level and just basically put my line in this spot where that way it's sitting on top of these candles. So we have a bullish and a bearish kind of candle setup here, and price obviously sold off from there. So that is looking good to me, right around 40,000. And then we look at this level here where we have a nice support, and then we also have a clean break. So that's interesting. We'll talk more about that later. And then we have this level here around 38,500. And I actually do want to push this line up. Oops. I want to push it up a little bit so that way it sits right on top of this resistance level that has occurred in the past. So the other thing that I may want to adjust is right here at this last level that we drew. Actually, I want to keep that level there, but I want to clone this and actually put a level way down here. Actually, we're just going to set it about right here for now, around 37,350-ish, because this is the lowest point where price came to in the market before starting to make its higher highs and higher lows. So starting to push up and creating that highest level inside of the market. That's the highest level. So anyway, definitely want to mark that level off as well. So this is looking good on the H4. Let's go down to H2 and see if we can refine some of these levels. So this top level is looking great. This is looking great. This is still looking great to me over here. And then this is also looking great. So everything is looking great. So let's go down to the H1 time frame. Maybe we can find some adjustments there. We do have these two candles inside of the zone. I do like that being there. I'm just gonna make this level a little slimmer and then actually push it up. Actually, like about right there. Okay, that looks good. All right. So this level, actually, I am going to make an adjustment here. I'm going to start by making this level a little slimmer, and then I'm also going to push this up to about right there. So I'm pushing this level up to this resistance level, mainly because we have a bullish and a bearish candle together forming a resistance. And then if we look left, we also see this nice support level that has formed. And we want to prioritize price that has occurred in the most recent time frame. So that's why this is going right there. We'll talk about that in a second. Let me just go down and look at my other levels just to see if I like them. Oops. Anyway. All right, so this is still looking good to me. And this is sitting here perfectly. This last level that we drew, that still looks good. Okay, I like it. All right, so now that we have our levels drawn on the H1 time frame, let's talk about the game plan for this upcoming week. Mainly because I suspect that price will continue to push bearish based on the way that the weekly candle closed. So if I'm looking at this chart, one of the things that I see right off the bat is a level right here around 39,000 three or actually 39,000, oops, 39,171, mainly because this is a resistance level and price tried to break up above this level multiple times but was not successful. So I want to take this line and actually copy it because the same thing happened on the lower time frame where we are not the lower time frame on the bottom side of this where basically we formed support, price tried to go down but it could not. So that level is right around 39,000 40, so really close to 39,000 flat. But that is pretty much how I want to put that. And then one other thing that I would be looking for here is possible buys above this level. Now, since the trend is mostly bearish, taking a buy is going to be really risky. So when I look at my trading journal and I see the counter trend trades that I've taken, usually it's about 50-50, mainly because of the fact that you're going against the trend. But when I go with the trend, that is typically somewhere between 60, 70, 75% win rate. So I want to stay with the trend. So I will be more so looking for sells in this particular market. And this is a really big range right here. Really, really big range. So depending on your trading style, you may actually have some more levels within here, but since I'm looking to hold my trades a little bit longer, this is perfectly fine for me. And what I would be doing is looking left and seeing if there's some other levels that I could possibly tap into. So right here at 38,957, that's going to be a level right there for sure. So I'm just going to mark this off right there. That could be a level. And then another level that I'm seeing is right around here at 38,800. So these are some other minor levels that can be targets on the way down to here. And sometimes I do like to do that in a live market just based on what has happened in the past. So far, this is looking really, really good to me. And if price just continues to push for whatever reason, because it is US30, and this is a very volatile index, and there's also a lot of volume that comes with it as well, then price could potentially push all the way down here with a couple of stops along the way, unless there's a tremendous, actually, let me move this over, unless there's a tremendous amount of volume. So let's go ahead and mark this off down here. So from 38,500 to 37,700, that's a really, really big range. And of course, just like before, there are some micro or some minor levels within here. Now this looks a bit choppy, so it would be a little tricky to find some of those levels. However, one level that I am seeing right off the bat is this level right here at 38,385. That could be a level. One could also argue that, maybe the level is closer to 38 470 or 449, that could be a level. So anyway, so this is essentially my game plan for the upcoming week. And of course, I make adjustments based on what is happening in the live market, and you should too. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, what are you doing? Go ahead and subscribe to this channel so that way you don't miss any other breakdowns. Nobody's breaking it down like this with this much detail, telling you exactly what they are doing. So definitely hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a thing. See you later.